In this tutorial, we'll cover how to discover Amazon's FSX storage service. I have a pattern created. Pattern type will be application, and my CI type for this will be file system. You may choose another CI type for your needs, but for this case, we're going to go with file system. You have to have your discovery section called out as well. And most importantly, the operating system for this needs to be AWS data center so that when you run cloud discovery for Amazon AWS, this pattern will be triggered. The first thing to do is bring in the existing library. The Amazon AWS Get Logical Data Center pulls in a few pieces of data, but we only need a few of those pieces from there. But rather than reinvent the wheel, we bring in this library as to build upon the data that's provided within there. The step for setting your account is listed here. This is just a set parameter value. We're pulling in the cloud service account, which gets set in the library reference that we pulled in the previous step. And with that, we're ready to begin our Cloud REST query. So just kind of stepping through this, I have a precondition on this just to make sure that the service account ID is set. And the URL for this is going to be as follows. It's going to be the FSX, and then we're going to pull in the region variable that gets set. And AmazonAWS.com, pretty standard. The method for this is post. The body you can leave empty. And something that was a little difficult to find on Amazon's API reference is the target. The target isn't actually specified, and I had to find this through third-party sites. But if you do a little bit of searching, you'll find information on the service for this to plug into the headers. But for most of these, it's going to be as follows with a dot notation for the method being invoked here, and this is describe file systems. The content type is going to stay pretty standard with Amazon's JSON 1.1 version. For the format, I left this as true, and my parsing was delimited text. Now, I like to put my response payloads into a single string variable. You can do that by following this methodology here, and this is just good practice. Once you get your API call, you don't want to make subsequent API calls for the same data. You simply want to parse against an existing variable that you get set with this. In the next step, we can begin parsing the variable. So making sure that the string variable is set here, we can begin a parse using a defined strategy of JSON file, and then you can build your variables here. And while I don't have a payload response back, this is going to be as simple as selecting your variables over here on the left in the output window and then setting the appropriate variables that you need there. One thing I like to do at this point in the pattern is if for the specific region that we're making the API call against there is no data, I set a match condition so that we can provide a graceful termination should the data not be found, and the pattern can terminate gracefully. And that's pretty much it. You're off and running. Thank you. Please remember to hit that subscribe button for more ServiceNow content like this.